Today we have a special guest on our Passion Talk. Her name is Miss Sonia Meena. She's Additional Managing Director of Madhya Pradesh Tourism and Deputy Secretary, Department of Tourism. An enthusiastic IAS officer, an avid traveler and bird watcher, and sees great potential in reopening wildlife, heritage, pilgrimage, leisure and adventure tourism destinations in MP. MP is one of the first states to spear this back to normal wave by reopening its tourist destinations this month, with emphasis largely on domestic tourism. Ma'am, we welcome you to yet another heart-to-heart session of Passion Talk.
Thank you, Sukriti. I'm delighted to be on the Passion Talk with you today.
Ma'am, first of all, I want to tell you, you look lovely. You look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you come from a diverse background and you belong to Rajasthan, you've lived in Kerala. Please tell us all about your journey and finally all about your experiences in the heart of India.
So, as rightly said by you, I come from Rajasthan and Kerala, both of which are very popular tourist destinations in the country. Rajasthan is known for its colorful culture and warm hospitality, and Kerala is known for its gorgeous natural beauty. So, in that background, Madhya Pradesh was a real discovery for me. And right from the first district that I was posted in, which was called Dindori, which is about 3 hours from Jabalpur, to my second posting, which was in Khajuraho for about 1.5 years. And I was able to explore that whole belt, the Panna National Park, which was just about an hour away, and Orchha, which is a lovely little town which is dotted with monuments. Thereafter, I had the opportunity to see all the monuments and the tourist attractions in Morena, which is about an hour from Gwalior, and which is home to the National Chambal Sanctuary, and also has the Mitavali Temple, which is a 9th century building and is considered the inspiration for the design of the Indian Parliament. So I have found Madhya Pradesh to be a real treasure trove of various tourist offerings. And it is indeed the heart of incredible India that it has all the tourism offerings that Indian tourism stands for. The added attraction and beauty of Madhya Pradesh is that it is a very less crowded and commercialized destination. And it is an offbeat destination, which a lot of people these days are looking for.
Ma'am, is it right to put it this way that your heart was completely smitten by the heart of India or in the heart of India?
I think that will not be very far from the truth.
Ma'am, you're also an avid bird watcher. Okay, so please share some experiences for all the bird lovers out there who will be watching this video. What all are the bird offerings from our state and your experiences?
Some of my favorite destinations for bird watching are the Panna National Park and the National Chambal Sanctuary. The state bird of Madhya Pradesh is the Indian paradise flycatcher, and I spotted this bird for the first time besides the water body in the buffer zone of the Panna National Park. In addition to this, the Chambal River is a protected site. It's a protected water body, and during the winter months, there are a lot of migratory birds who come to Chambal River. So there's a beautiful sight of birds like the flamingos, Sarus cranes, the Indian skimmer, which is an endangered species, and bar-headed geese, ruddy shelducks, pochards, you name it. So Madhya Pradesh is a state which is covered by forest up to 32% of its land area. So there is an opportunity to spot a lot of birds pretty much in every part of the state.
Ma'am, a very difficult question I'm going to ask you right now, okay? Very, very difficult. And it is, which is your favorite bird? After seeing so many and naming so many.
My favorite bird is actually a very ordinary bird that you can spot in cities also, called the Oriental magpie robin. But it is a little bird which is very feisty and has a very melodious voice. So the Oriental magpie robin is my favorite one.
How cute, ma'am. It sounds really adorable. So we've spoken about bird watching. We've spoken about, your experiences in the heart of India. Ma'am, how was your experience of eating in the heart of India? When I ask you, what is that one thing you absolutely loved eating in this part of the country?
Madhya Pradesh is very rich in local cuisine and street food. My favorite places to eat out have been Gwalior and, of course, Indore. In Gwalior, my favorites are the kachori from SS Kachori Wala and Bahadura ke Laddu. And I also enjoy having their staple, which is called bedai. In Indore, of course, it's the food hub of the state. So right from poha jalebi to your mawa bati, bhutte ki khees, garadu, the Sarafa Bazaar is a must visit for anybody who's a big fan of street food. In Bhopal, we have the Minto Hall restaurant, the rooftop restaurant, which is a property of the Madhya Pradesh Tourism Corporation. And it offers you a taste of all the flavors of Madhya Pradesh. It is the finest restaurant in Bhopal, and the food home delivery service that we have started in Bhopal is also being produced in the Minto Hall kitchen itself. So, for those who are health conscious, we have a section which is nutritious and healthy food. For those who want to try something that is authentic Madhya Pradesh dishes, so we have the Bhopali Murg Masala, we have Nimona ki sabzi, we have Mawa Bati, we have all these different dishes which are available in our menu, in addition to Oriental, Italian, and Indian cuisine.
Ma'am, listening to you, I swear to God, I promised you, I'm already missing SS Kachori wala ka kachori. I'm missing Bhadura ke bundi ke laddu because I have tasted both, and trust me, they are just amazing. They are simply outstanding. And I do know that if you eat one Bhadura ka laddu, you can never be satisfied by eating one. You at least eat minimum like 2 or 3 because they're so yum.
That's true.
Ma'am, I want to ask you, so please tell us more about this bold decision. I would call it bold to, reopen with the new normal. How well we at Madhya Pradesh Tourism are prepared for the new normal in tourism.
So, COVID 19 has been an unheard term for us till about a few short months ago. Now it is dominating everything, and it has altered the needs, tastes, and habits of people around us. It also has globally affected the travel and tourism industry brutally. However, this is not the time for us to stop or cease activity because uh, the livelihood of several communities depend on this sector. So, in order to reopen the hospitality sector and in order to reopen our tourist destinations, we have planned a few things. The topmost priority is for ensuring safety and hygiene for our travelers, for them to have that trust and confidence in order to be able to visit any destination, in order to travel by the taxis and vehicles that they travel in order to stay in different accommodation units for a longer period of time. So, a capacity building exercise on our part for various stakeholders and service providers like the street vendors, souvenir shop owners, tourist and forest guides, tourist taxi operators, and the like is in the process. Madhya Pradesh Tourism has also launched the Intezar Aapka reopening campaign, which is available and which you can all see on our social media handles. In our consultation with various stakeholders, it has also come across, and in a travel preferences survey that MP Tourism has undertaken, what has come across is that people would be preferring road trips in their personal vehicles and short weekend getaways right now, as opposed to a longer haul vacation with too many people. So, in that direction, we have identified a few itineraries. We have prepared some all inclusive, attractive packages from the Tourism Corporation, and we are offering these to our customers currently. We have also entered the segment of food home delivery. And the Tourism Corporation of Madhya Pradesh has started its food home delivery service called Fusion. This has also seen an enthusiastic response in Bhopal. And on the 21st of this month, we have launched it in Gwalior and Jabalpur also. So these are some of the new initiatives which we have taken even during this difficult time. And we have tried our best to align the, the expectations of our customers and the needs of our business.
Ma'am, I must say hats off to the department, and we are really looking forward to kickstart travel because travel is the buzzword, and everyone, like if I especially talk about the youth, I know everyone wants to travel, click pictures, post it on Instagram, and something that is also, ma'am, budget travel. Ma'am, I know a lot of initiatives were taken by MP Tourism Department for the young travelers, like camping sites, like developing camping sites. If you could please tell a bit more about that.
Madhya Pradesh has emerged as a soft adventure destination. Um, Madhya Pradesh has been for a long time famous for its wildlife offerings. We have 11 national parks in the state, 24 wildlife sanctuaries, and we have been crowned as the Tiger State again last year. But since we are blessed with so much forest area and so many big water bodies like the Indira Sagar Dam, the Gandhi Sagar Dam, there's a lot of potential for ecotourism. There's a lot of potential for adventure tourism, also for rural and tribal tourism. There are several trails and treks in the state which have been famous for a very long time, which have been very popular with young people, even for inbound tourists for a very long time. Some of those I would like to mention. For example, the Forsyth Trail, which is in the buffer zone of the Satpura Tiger Reserve, and which can be reached from Nagpur in about 3 hours and from Bhopal in about 6 hours. It's a very popular trail. It's for a distance of 23 kilometers. The Kalakund Trail is also a popular camping site and a forest trail about 50 kilometers away from Indore. And the attraction of this trail is that it ends at the Patalpani waterfalls. In addition to this, there are several trails which are offered by various tour operators in and around the Panna National Park also. So definitely Madhya Pradesh has come up as a soft adventure tourism destination, and we have a lot of young people who are opting for this particular activity as well.
Ma'am, like they say, no, Madhya Pradesh में बहुत कुछ है खास. Like I remember all the advertisements of MP Tourism. They are those tourism adverts that, they will stand out. They will grab eyeballs and you would want to know more the moment you see the advertisement, flashing on your YouTube or your TV channel. And then you're like, oh my God, this place is such a surprise package. And that's what I feel about Madhya Pradesh. There's so much in this one state alone. I want to ask you, ma'am, how well these super creative advertisements have converted into like tourist numbers, whether we talk domestic or international, because our advertisements are the best, hands down.
Madhya Pradesh ranks at the eighth position as far as domestic tourist arrivals are concerned. The figure stands at 8.9 crores according to last year's data. About 3 to 4 lakhs foreign tourists also come to the state every year. And the number of tourist arrivals have quadrupled over the last 7 years. And the promotion and publicity efforts of the tourism department, which have also won several international awards and a lot of critical acclaim, have been instrumental in being able to increase this tourist footfall. This has the contribution to the local economy, to the prosperity of the local communities who live in those destinations. We have also seen an increase in the facilities and the services that are offered on the ground to the tourists, which has led to a word of mouth publicity, which has led to a good perception and impression about the state. And to this effect, the training of our service providers again is something that has been actively focused on, because the experience that the tourist carries with him or her, the word of mouth publicity that this gets us at the cutting edge level, is what makes the difference at the end of the day. These are the memories that tourists carry with them, and we are really trying that the tourists who come to Madhya Pradesh carry with them memories and experiences which they, because of which they will come back again. They will tell others about the state as well, and that is a very important component for us to understand if we want to promote tourism.
Definitely, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to ask you a question. What do you feel? Do you feel does traveling make person better? Does travel make a better person? What do you have to say about that?
I think traveling is a human instinct. People have been traveling since centuries. We have heard of famous writers and travelers who have crossed continents and written about new places. They have written books, they have written stories, they have told people in their own countries about the culture, about the traditions that they experienced in these other continents and countries. So, traveling is a basic human instinct, and this is the cultural exchange that happens as a result, the better understanding of the cultures and ways of life of other people that happens as a process of that. I think it is a learning and an enriching experience.
I totally agree to that, ma'am. I just want to dig in a little more and ask you this question. Are you a person who likes to plan out a trip or you just leave everything open ended?
I think I'm a traveler who likes to plan her trip to the last detail, but I've had a few experiences where the plans have changed a little and we have gone off-roading. For example, I once trekked along the Betwa River and swam in the Betwa River along with my siblings on a trip to Orcha. So definitely doing a bit of off-roading is something that everybody enjoys. But I like to plan my trips. I like things to be certain and as per schedule.
Wow, now that tells a bit more about you. I can promise you that you seem or you come across as somebody who's a perfectionist. That much I have understood for sure, ma'am, and that's what we love about you. Ma'am, I also want to ask you what is your traveling style? Are you a road trip person? You're a budget travel person, you're an adventure person. What is that kind of travel that you love the most?
It depends on the company that you have. If I'm traveling with my friends and siblings, I wouldn't mind a road trip or an adventure trip. If I'm traveling with my family, I would want a leisure and laid back trip. It depends on the company, really, but I like my road trips and I like my off roading as well.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you a very difficult question once again. And the difficult question is you got to pick a few. Okay, I'll give you a few. Favorite destinations of yours from our state, Madhya Pradesh?
My favorite destinations are the Orchha, Khajuraho, and Panna National Park circuit. It's the perfect mix of heritage and wildlife. And Orchha is my favorite heritage destination because it's a small town. You can do the whole town by foot or on the cycle. And not only are there a lot of monuments which date back to the 15th century that are there, and there's a lot of history, but there are also several experiential activities that you can indulge in, right from rafting on the Betwa River to nature trails and cycling tours. There's even a camping site which is present in Orcha, and that experience is also something that local hoteliers and tour operators provide you.
Ma'am, the buzzword of travel industry is experiential tourism. And Madhya Pradesh has so much to offer. You name it and we have it. Please tell us all about the main tourist offerings of our state.
Today's tourist is not the classical tourist who used to come to a destination, stay at the hotel, do local sightseeing, click pictures, and go back happy. Today we have travelers, people who want to experience the culture of the place that they are going to. They want to learn something new, the language, the cuisine. They want to escape and to take a break from their regular lives, from their daily lives. So the trend, the buzzword in the travel industry is about experiential tourism. And Madhya Pradesh, having a very rich rural and tribal heritage, there are several such activities and several such exposure visits that are available in different parts of the state. For example, in Pench, in Orchha, in villages around Khajuraho. The department is also in the process of developing homestays at a larger level so that people who have lived in urban areas who want to take a break and who want to experience real India can come and stay in these places, come and live with the local people, and this was also ensure greater prosperity for the local communities. In addition to rural tourism experiences, as I said earlier, we are also a very good destination for soft adventure. There are several activities, whether it is in water sports, whether it's through treks and trails that are available and that have been developed over the last few years that people can enjoy and disconnect and relax.
Definitely, ma'am. Ma'am, I think we've spoken about the destinations, we've spoken about all that the tourism department has to offer. Ma'am, all the young travelers who would be watching this video and who are passionate about traveling, what is that one message you would like to give to them straight from your heart?
I would like to say to young travelers would be to really take pride in the rich culture and heritage of their state, of their country, and also to appreciate and respect the culture of the local communities that they are interacting with, and to preserve the environment in which they are able to enjoy themselves and to unwind themselves.
Ma'am, everyone's looking inward. Everyone knows that they want to travel. And like you said so rightly, that, the focus is more on road trips, that you just take your car and just drive maybe somewhere close. But kahi na kahi, somewhere people might be a little scared because of the, virus, the pandemic, that is it safe for them to travel? That wherever they're going to be going, wherever they're going to be staying, all the measures, the safety measures and precautions would be taken. If you could just tell our viewers a bit more about it.
Safety is definitely the biggest concern for any traveler who's going to set out for a trip. And it is also our highest priority. That is the kind of trust and confidence that we have to cultivate in our travelers for them to be able to move out of their houses and start exploring again and start traveling again. So, as far as the Madhya Pradesh Tourism Corporation hotels are concerned, the SOPs which have been issued by the Government of India in this regard have been widely circulated, have been implemented through rigorous trainings among our staff. And as I said earlier, we are also in the process of training and sensitizing various other service providers that the tourists come into contact with when they visit a particular destination. And not only the tourism corporation, but all the private hoteliers and other stakeholders are very much conscious of this fact that unless they are able to assure the traveler that we are safe, we are following all the guidelines and SOPs, it will be an uphill task for us to be able to attract tourists, to be able to reassure them that it's safe for them to travel and they should start exploring the destinations again.
Ma'am, as a young IES officer posted in the Department of Tourism, I'm sure you have come here with a lot of dreams. Every person who comes to a department, they change it. They want to bring something of their own into it. What is that one dream, or I should say, what is that one passion you have while you are in this department of Madhya Pradesh Tourism?
My dream or my vision for tourism in Madhya Pradesh is that for Madhya Pradesh to be really recognized for all the potential and all the amazing and lesser known tourist offerings that it has. It is a very rich state, whether it is in terms of heritage, whether it is in terms of wildlife, in terms of pilgrimage. We are home to some of the biggest pilgrimage centers in the country, from Ujjain, Omkareshwar, Amarkantak to Chitrakoot. And by virtue of having so much forest area, we are also ideally placed for leisure vacations, for recreational activities like tourism in rural areas, adventure tourism, and it is my hope and it is my vision that with the better services that we are offering to our customers and the policies of the government towards inviting greater private participation, we will be able to have better facilities, also in terms of infrastructure development, for tourists to visit the state again and also recommend the state to their family and friends. Because Madhya Pradesh is a beautiful state and is very rich in all tourist offerings. Over the past several years, it has been the effort of the tourism department to attract and invite private investment into the state. And private investment to the tune of 1,300 crores has come into the state in the form of various hotels, whether they are star hotels or budget hotels, various resorts, and roadway projects, wayside amenities, and the like. In addition to this, the budget that is available to us from the Government of India and even through the state government has been utilized extensively in order to create infrastructure facilities for the tourists so that they have a complete experience and they have a comfortable experience.
I would love to ask you, which is your favorite MP tourism property to stay at? I'm going to give you like top three. I'm going to ask you top three options.
That is a slightly difficult question because the Tourism Corporation has 68 hotels and all of them cater to various segments and have their own specialities. But if I were to rate my top three, I think it would be the Rockin Manor in Pachmadi, the Selani Island Resort, which is close to Omkareshwar, and the Sarahi Jungle Resort in the Kana National Park, which is again a new property. I think I will add one more and say Sheesh Mahal in Orchha, which has been recently renovated and is a heritage property.
Ma'am, for everyone who's watching this video, I want to tell them that if they ever travel to Orchha, they must stay at Sheesh Mahal because that's when you feel you're really staying in a fort. You know, it's a beautiful heritage property. The light and sound show happens right there, and I think it's fabulous. And for Rocket Manor, I want to tell all the Shah Rukh Khan fans that at the time when Ashoka movie was shot in Pachmari, Shah Rukh Khan and Kareena Kapoor stayed at the Rocket Manor. And Shah Rukh Khan actually took the best room in that hotel, and that is room number 3. So if anybody is going to Rocket Manor after listening to ma'am and our conversation, I think they should always, or rather request if they can get room number 3 there. Ma'am, thank you so much for this amazing conversation, heart to heart, you had with me on Times Passion Talk. It really means a lot. I know you're very busy. You took out time from your valuable time, and you know, you really, really had a heart to heart with us. We wish you all the very best, and thank you so, so much.
Thank you, Sukriti. I had a great time talking to you, and I would like to thank the Times Passion Talk team and the Times of India group for inviting me for this talk.